Modern British politics is haunted by worries about political disconnection, the decline of trust, and ever-decreasing turnout, particularly among young people. And round here, you'd be forgiven for thinking that all those things run rampant. This is the heart of Manchester's Central, an inner-city constituency and very safe Labour seat. Can I ask you a very quick question?
Go on.
If there was a general election tomorrow, would you vote?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Just can't be bothered, man.
I got time. Not hard to do it.
There's no one way voting for?
Yeah.
Okay, is voting important then?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than having a voice than not.
Don't like Clegg.
What don't you like about it?
Just don't like the way he acts.
Do you know a lot of people your age don't vote?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just laziness.
The smaller parties, if you vote for them, it doesn't get anywhere anyway. So you've got, you know, the big three to choose from, and they do sod all.
Other people vote and then what happens, happens.
Yeah.
Why?
The thing that the Prime Minister at the moment... Sorry, my language.
Great, I have the right to vote, but it doesn't get me anywhere.
Bleak, innit?
It's really depressing.
At the general election of 2010, Manchester Central registered the lowest turnout of anywhere in the country, 44%. And at the by-election held here in 2012, only 18% of eligible voters bothered to put a cross in a box. Ironically enough, this is the site of a watershed moment in the history of British democracy. The Peterloo Massacre of 1819, when 15 people were killed trying to get the vote. An event, incidentally, which led to the foundation of The Guardian. We're on our way to a slightly more representative part of the constituency, Hume, and we're going to Loretto College, a place where, at roughly the same time as the Peterloo Massacre, I did my A-levels. Ah, it's here, good. How do you feel about the notion of going into a polling booth and putting a cross in a box?
There's a big sense of like betrayal for our generation because, you know, you vote Labour and you get imperialist wars, you vote Lib Dem and you get higher tuition fees, you vote the Tories and you get nothing.
Even though I vote, because so many other young people won't, that young people still aren't going to be consulted, issues still aren't going to be like going in young people's favour.
Did the Iraq war and the process of Britain going in and all that, did it tell you something about politics and how it works?
On these kind of big events, what we've seen is just kind of the political classes dismissing, well, on Iraq, a general view, and on tuition fees, like the kind of youth view.
It was the first time that a lot of my friends and my sister's friends became aware of what was going on in politics, and it was against young people.
Can you just describe this part of Manchester and the sort of place that it is and the sort of lives that people lead?
There's no way for people to get out and have that kind of sense of, you know, what Hume is and what Moss Side is, beyond the fact that people are just struggling. And that's what becomes the identity of people in this area.
Everything kind of seems to be going backwards and the future doesn't look bright at all.
The inner city areas of Hume and Moss Side have been at the sharp end of politics for better and worse. They've been revived and regenerated partly thanks to Manchester's Labour City Council, but also laid low by the austerity and social security reform being pursued by the current government.
5 minutes walk from Loretto College, tucked in the residential streets of Moss Side, is the Hideaway Youth Project.
I don't really know anything about like politics and stuff like that, but I just keep myself away from that, you know, and just keep myself focused and do what I'm doing and make myself happy and stuff like that.
David Cameron, his whole family, they're all rich. They don't know like what people like us are actually going through. So they can't relate to us. If they came in trying to talk to us, I wouldn't really pay them time of day.
So if it's not politicians, how do people's lives change?
Communities have been coming together, like through youth centres and things like that. Like before, maybe like there's two groups who might be like against each other. Like they've learned to respect each other, respect beliefs, like their morals and everything like that. So it's more like due to the community that we've become a better place rather than politics really doing anything.
Both of you are quite negative about the idea of voting. So if I say to you, well, come on, people have died trying to get you the vote, how do you feel about that?
I think it's because I don't know much about politicians, that's how I wouldn't. If I read into it and knew more.
You don't have to. You don't have to. There's no qualification.
I know, but still.
I'm living comfortably, to be fair. So I don't feel like I'm not happy, obviously, like with the way the way we're living and everything. But I just don't think I've got enough power to change it.
Just because people die for it doesn't mean that it's still actually useful or contributes really to politics to any extent.
When they fought for this, they fought for a change. What's the change now? Nothing's happening.
The thing which like makes me believe that there's still some hope in politics, even if there's not hope in parties, is, you know, when you see UK Uncut setting the agenda on tax avoidance. I think change can still happen, but it's coming from other places.
For me, that's the way to change politics, is by demanding those things through direct action and protest.
Here we are back in central Manchester at the site of the Peterloo massacre. It's fair to say that we've probably met three kinds of people. There are those who don't vote because they can't be bothered, those who don't vote because they think they don't know enough about politics, and those who do know enough about politics but still don't vote. Meanwhile, metaphorical light years away, politics grinds on as usual. Just to finish, it's worth pointing out that this place used to be the world famous Free Trade Hall, the site of era-defining musical events and political rallies. It's now a luxury hotel.
I said that's life.